It's been a while, and nice part about Just Place is that we're always open because you could always find an episode of Just Place on YouTube. But we are live right this very moment, though, and one of my favorite shows is Songwriters in the Round. We have four veterans of Just Place performing today: Wes Victoria Hamil, Doug DeJoe, Rocky Michaels, Tempting Murphy, and really we're here today. It's the summer in North America. We're experiencing heat in the Northeast, as if I was in Turks and Caicos from where my background is from. But it's like almost every day I'm reminded of how oppressive the heat can be. And of course, 6 months from now, I'll just be complaining about how damn cold it is outside. So it's like, is there a happy medium somewhere? I don't know. But it's just really nice to be here. And I tell you, so if we could, Lauren, could you bring everyone on stage? Or Harry, just let's everyone come on board. And before we start the show, I just want to check in and see how everyone's doing. And also, by the way, I don't know if you guys have any free time, but I've been, in my downtime, I've been watching movies about music and about musicians. And I was just curious if any of you have any favorite movies, perhaps those that other people just haven't seen, because maybe they didn't have a very high Rotten Tomatoes rating, but there was something about the movie that stood out that you liked. For example, I'll go first. Begin Again, for example. That was a 2013 movie. And while it maybe did not have a lot of ratings, I really liked the way that a producer was portrayed in the movie, that here's a singer-songwriter, and while she's performing, he hears the cello. She's just playing raw guitar, but he hears the cello, background drums, keyboard coming in, and you kind of like get the feeling for how a producer actually hears, as opposed to just sees. And it was one of the first movies I actually ever saw that I actually could connect and really appreciate how people besides us hear music. So I'm just curious. Are there any movies about musicians, not so much about the Star is Born genre of too many musicians out there who have down, and I'm talking about actually in the movies about musicians that make it too, right? We don't have to be everyone struggling. Sometimes it's that dream, and it's the dream of discovering who you are that is almost as exciting as getting signed and making it. But I'm just curious. So go around the circle. Please introduce yourself to the people who may not know who you are, because they just haven't watched another episode of the show before. And also, any favorite movies about musicians? I guess I'll start off with Wes and Victoria. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, and you know that perfect, halfway place. It's probably at 4 in the morning when we're asleep. So it's probably the deal on that. So we're Wes and Victoria. We are veterans of the music world from Los Angeles, Austin. We currently live on the southern edge of Denver. We love Jeff's Place. We've worked with a bunch of different people. Victoria's played harmonica on movie work with Johnny Cash and worked with Robert Altman. But here's the cool thing. She played on Roy Rogers' very last recording of him.
Wow. Did not know that.
Now that is something, okay. And then, and I've written with a bunch of songwriters, including Paul Williams. I'm going to play a song that Paul and I co-wrote today as part of the Songwriter Circle. And it's about a musician. It's a documentary. It's called The Future is Unwritten. And it's the story of Joe Strummer. But it's post his time in The Clash, when he sort of became as close to a folk singer as Joe Strummer ever got to be. But he talks about communication and the power of music and how things, and community and connecting. And it's a really well done documentary. And the other one is really good, and I'm blanking on the name of it right now, but it's about the Avett brothers, and it's on HBO. And darn if I could have told you the name if I wasn't trying to tell you the name. But if you look up Avett Brothers documentary on, the web, it'll point you that. And I think it's on HBO right now. Really good documentary too.
Cool. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And looking forward to the show. Doug, good after. I guess it's still morning where you are.
Can't hear you, Doug.
He's still muted, but he'll unmute, I'm sure.
Sorry.
There you are. We hear you now.
I'm a pokey puppy. Yeah, it is still morning here, and it's a gorgeous day. Um, a couple of movies. I saw John Cusack was in a Dennis Wilson
Oh yeah,
movie,
that
The
was a
Beach
good
Boys
movie.
fella, and it was really good. And they went into his, struggles with mental illness, and it was really powerful. And then I saw another. It was a documentary, and I don't know the name of the movie, but it featured this fella by the name of Rodriguez, who was a singer songwriter out of Detroit, Michigan, and he was just
Looking for Sugar Man.
Looking for
yeah, that's
Sugarman.
it.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
just real obscure, but in Central America he was huge, and so that was entertaining and inspiring as well. But it's really good to be here today. I got a couple of new songs that I've written. I'm excited to play, and please, even if you hate them, pretend that you love them.
We will. We don't have to pretend we love them. So
All right.
That
Well,
was
you don't know.
great, man.
Thanks for joining us, Rocky. How are you?
Hey Jeff, I'm doing well. I'm Rocky Michaels coming to you from the San Francisco Bay Area. And hi, Jeff, Lauren, and Harry. Thank you so much again for having me on. It's always a pleasure. Um, I was headed to Nashville for the very first time earlier this year. So before I went, I saw the documentary called Bluebird, which is,
Yes,
of course, the Bluebird Cafe.
one of my favorite
And
movies.
and then when I went there, I was fortunate enough to be able to perform, and I just
Oh,
felt like I was walking in the halls of history, and it was so special just to have seen so many stars and veterans having walked through that tiny little establishment with
in a
packed with so much history
in a strip mall.
in a strip mall, and that's part of the charm. The whole city around it has changed, but that has stayed true to form. And so it's called Bluebird. It's just a documentary, and that was one that stuck out in my mind as well.
Thank you. And Neil, Tempting Murphy. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Um, I'm coming to you from sunny Toronto for the most part. And I guess I've been writing songs for about 50 plus years. I started when I was 15 and I haven't stopped. And it's something that it's just part of my daily routine. Um, the movie thing. I
Yeah.
have I have two. One whose title I remember and one whose title you guys will help me with. I'll do the one I can't remember. The name of it. Okay, it was based on a film about Greenwich Village, and I'm just trying to remember. It wasn't that movie. That was a fictional movie, but based kind of on early Dylan. I think Dylan even appears in the movie, not as Dylan, but someone playing him. But then there was a concert put on by, I'm forgetting all my names today, but a great producer who did all the music for the movie, and there was a live concert in New York City, and it featured people from the film and then extra people. And that's where I first discovered Lake Street Dive, because I didn't know of their existence. And they did their first big hit that they had, and I was just knocked out of my chair by them. And that's the reason. And even though I'm not remembering the movie was wonderful. So that was the one. The other one is a little, because it's a fantasy, it's not quite fitting the bill with all these wonderful documentaries. But I absolutely loved it. It was a film called Yesterday with
Liked it. Okay.
Hamish Patel and Lily James, Kate McKinnon, and of course Ed Sheeran in his best acting role because he just played himself. I think that's a little bit of his
He
acting.
played at least a version of himself. I don't know if it was really Ed. I mean,
But I know it's a silly conceit, but it's like fantasy and stuff, or superhero movies. If you can get over, you can suspend your disbelief and just go on the ride. It was a lot of fun, and of course the music was fantastic.
yeah, so wonderful soundtrack. And I might add that Elvis is out right now. It's certainly, I don't think it's a documentary as much as it is a reenactment, but it was certainly a perspective that I didn't know, wasn't aware completely of it. And for those of you who were not in Newport, Rhode Island this weekend, you missed out on, and I didn't go actually, but A friend of our show was there shooting from the stage. Danny Clinch was there on stage photographing. I don't know, Saturday night unannounced. Paul Simon came. He did 12 songs, and of course, most of the world knows that Joni Mitchell was there. I guess maybe it was a little suspicious that it was Brandy Carlisle and friends, and but they only announced it at the show that Joni was going to be there, and I've watched most of the video, both the official video from Newport Folk Festival and the video from the people in the audience, and it was nothing but awe-inspiring and just magical. And
Absolutely.
I don't know, next summer, next July, I'd like to go to Newport just to see who might show up. You just never know who might be there. All right. Thank you all for sharing. And by the way, if you're in the audience and you have some favorite movies about music you like to share, please feel free to put it in the chat. I'm going to kick it off. And so the running order of the first time around is it's going to be Wes and Victoria, Doug, Rocky, Tempting. And I guess on the third time around, we'll reverse it like we typically do. But I can't hear you, Lauren, if you're talking, but I'll get myself out of here and hand it over to Wes and Victoria to kick us off.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff, Harry, and you guys are such a gift. And to all the other musicians today, it's just going to be wonderful to hear all your good work. We're going to start off. I'm going to do the 4 songs I've selected today. They're like a 2-song. They're like a salt and pepper shaker, right? So they go together. So the first song I'm going to do is a song I wrote a long time ago, and the second song I'm going to do is a song that's relatively new that I co-wrote with Paul Williams and another songwriter named James Gray. So the first song I'm going to do is the song that opened the door, that got me invited to write with Paul Williams. So I thought I would start with that one. I wrote this song as a songwriter exercise. So for those songwriters out there in the audience, sometimes you do like an exercise just to say, I'm going to put myself in a box and I'm going to write inside this box, and then whatever's going to come out is going to come out, but it's going to focus my work for that. And the box I was put in was from Willie Nelson, something Willie Nelson said. He said, if you're a really good songwriter, you can write a song with a one-word title. And of course, the song Crazy comes to mind. So I thought, well, I'm going to tackle that. So I wrote this song, and this is the song that got my phone ringing with the invitation for Paul to write with him. So, now that I'm done talking, I got to sing. Here we go. All right. Well, I guess that's separation. Well, it begins the day we're born. You know, we spend our whole life searching. We're trying to be safe and warm. Well, that spirit that we're made of, it can get so hard to find. A struggle for reunion, a heartbeat at a time. You know I've taken many saviors as I've wandered down life's roads. I guess they worked till they stopped working, and then I had to let them go. That journey back to spirit, man, that's such an uphill climb. I struggle for reunion. I struggle for reunion. A heartbeat at a time. So Lord, if you hear me, please answer this one prayer. Just help me to feel you, and won't you show me that you're there? I struggle for reunion. I struggle for reunion. I struggle for reunion. Yes, I do. Well, you know, I've had those moments that I was absolutely sure, and there wasn't nothing can't be mended. And you know love's the only cure. You know, I wish that feeling would stay frozen in my mind. I struggle for reunion. I struggle for reunion. Lord, I struggle for reunion. A heartbeat at a time.
Oh my goodness! Wow, wow, it's beautiful. What was the what was the name of that song?
Reunion.
Reunion.
So,
Ah.
yeah. So it was that was the one-word title that I set at the box in front of me to go. I will now write a song with that one-word title, you know, paint inside that one-word title box.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
I love the spacing of the song. You know, sometimes less is more, and the harmonica, just the where you pick your spots. It was mesmerizing. Well done.
Oh, thank you, Rocky. Yeah, I'm a real believer that, you know, the old joke in song in the world, and it's really true of music and songwriting. How can I miss you if you never go away? So, you know, I believe the spaces are way as important as what you fill them with, you know. So, thanks for picking that up. I appreciate it.
That was very nice. Wow. And yeah, and the harmonica is just magical. I have to say, of course, I do highly recommend hearing the harmonica in person, because there's a vibration that connects to the energy in the room that is hard to replicate virtually, but it is very present and hard to miss. It just resonates through and through. Wow. So, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Doug, up to you.
Yeah. Nice job, Wes and Victoria.
Thanks,
I
Doug.
like the falsetto, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Got to give you a lot of credit. Going up there and get it. And you get it.
Oh, thank you.
I saw Boz Scaggs in concert, like, I don't know, 80 years ago, whatever. And it was a live show in a stadium.
Yeah.
And he would go up for these high notes, and I would just kind of cringe. And then he'd get it, you know, and it was so cool. But yeah, I really enjoyed that song and the performance. And that harmonica sounds great. Anyhow,
Thank you.
you know, we all struggle with loneliness, I guess. And so this is something new. It's called I'd Rather Be Lonely Alone. But I'm standing here looking back, thinking about all the love we had. But the hardest part is trying to figure out how it all dried up and a cup ran out. There's only one thing left for me to do. It's to get on with life without you. 'Cause if I'm gonna be lonely, I'll grab a bottle and just one glass, and I'll toast to us and all of the wonderful years we had. Our futures on different planes. We stopped making plans. Our lips no longer kiss. We quit holding hands. And if I'm gonna be lonely, there's just no place left for me in this home. 'Cause if I'm gonna be lonely, rather be lonely alone. Well, I never thought in a million years that the life we made would just disappear. But here we are on the precipice of walking away and ending it. All we had is all I need, but without that love, there's no place for me. 'Cause if I'm gonna be lonely, I'll grab a bottle with just one glass, and I'll toast to us and all of the wonderful years we had. Our futures on different planes, and we stopped making plans. Our lips no longer kiss, and we quit holding hands. If I'm gonna be lonely, there's just no place left for me in this home. 'Cause if I'm gonna be lonely, rather be lonely alone.
Wow,
Beautiful.
Oh, great.
that was great.
It's a really good song. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a really emotional song, and it's I mean that's that's what songwriting is about, is just trying to express the wide range of emotions, and odds are many people are going to connect and feel the same way. So it's
Yes, very much
sharing
so.
your vulnerabilities. Well done. Really powerful
Thank
song.
you, Rocky.
That was really nice.
But is it all going to be depressing today?
No, somebody will be a happy song, and someone will do happy.
We'll fit one in somewhere.
Rocky, it's on you.
Yes, Mr. Happiness coming up here.
Oh, you're just
So-
deep water. That's the deal.
Take it till you make it, right? So this is a new song, one of the most recent songs I just wrote, and I'm going to take it out for a spin. The chorus is full of metaphors. I was told once, try to have some good metaphors that might catch. And it's just a gentle, easygoing song. These are challenging times, needless to say, for many of us. So I'm trying hard to focus on the positives. And this song is a reminder to myself to just try to focus on those positives. It's called The Best Part of Living. I can think of so many reasons that help me brighten up my every day. I've got my health and I've got my family. Steady line of work with honest pay. And all throughout the colors of the seasons, there's inspiration everywhere I see. Everything, it all leads back to you now. 'Cause all you are is everything to me. You're the sweet melody that I'm hearing. It lifts me up when I'm feeling down. And you're the gentle ocean breeze that I'm feeling. The kisses on my skin all around. You're a snuggle in a bed kind of morning. On a cold and lazy winter of a day. And you're a golden sunset dropping down from heaven. Picture perfect moment kind of way. You're the best part of living. Walking by the creek down to the river, stepping back and taking in the view. Setting there almost pure perfection, but it'd never be as good here without you. 'Cause you're the explanation for our story. You're the exclamation to this song. Traveling through life with all its glory. You're my blessing all along. You're the sweet melody that I'm hearing. That lifts me up when I'm feeling down. And you're the gentle ocean breeze that I'm feeling. The kisses on my skin all around. And you're a snuggle in a bed kind of morning. On a cold and lazy winter of a day. And you're a golden sunset dropping down from heaven. In a picture perfect moment kind of way. You're the best part of living. You're the cherry topping on that ice cream sundae, making everything that's good better yet.
And you're the whole memory that keeps you smiling. The kind I don't want to ever forget. You're the best part of living.
That was super sweet, man. That was
That's a beautiful, happy song. There you go. It's
Aren't we all more happy now?
it just sounds
Laura and I both like that snuggle in the bed kind of morning. That was I like that. That was a good sound. That's a good feeling too.
Might be more applicable 6 months from now, but still.
I think it's always applicable. Come on.
Exactly. Any day's a good day to snuggle in. I mean, that hit me emotionally, man, like it was written by somebody who had sorted out the priorities of life.
Yeah, it was a beautiful love song.
It really was.
I love that.
Beautiful. Yeah, really.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Mr. Tempting Murphy, it's all yours.
Hello. This was kind of in a similar vein to Rocky's song. The verses are kind of like "Woe is me, life is tough," but in the chorus, I recognize my significant other, so it becomes a bit of a love song then, I guess, too. It's called "It All Makes Sense." Once in a blue moon, I think I have it all figured out. Once in a while I nail it, and it's figured out. Series of curveballs coming my way. Sometimes I swing, sometimes I don't. I may look foolish, I haven't a doubt. Sometimes I swing, sometimes I miss. Riding an ocean of emotion, the stars overwhelm us all. Well, I turn to you, and that's what I do, and it all makes sense. Once in a long while, I think I have it, I understand. Once in a while, the pieces fit, I understand. But I'm riding an ocean of emotion, the stars overwhelm us all. I turn to you, that's what I do, and it all makes sense. It all makes sense, it all makes sense. It all makes sense, it all makes sense. Once in a blue moon, someone tells me it'll be alright. Can't come too soon when someone tells me it'll be alright. Well, I'm riding the ocean of emotion, the stars overwhelm us all. I turn to you, and that's what I do, and it all makes sense. Oh. It all makes sense, yeah, it all makes sense. It all makes sense, it all makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense, man. Wow.
Thank you, man. I love the stars overwhelm us all,
Yeah.
and I turn to you. That's really beautiful. Nice turn of phrase there.
Thank you very much.
And I've had the good fortune of hearing you a few times, and I'm always just I love your picking style. I mean, it's so fluid and effortless, and it's very catchy. So that combined with the lyrics, it's a great 1-2 combo.
Well, thank you. It's when you spend a musical lifetime avoiding finger picking, you have to find ways to compensate. And I just, when I hear or see anyone finger picking with aplomb, I just kind of, my jaw drops. So it's neat. And I think I did see Bruce Springsteen once in a special. He was doing the same kind of faux finger picking with the pick. And I guess there's all kinds of ways to do it, and whatever suits you and sounds right is perfect. So thank you for that, Rocky. Appreciate it.
I'm just happy that it all makes sense for somebody.
It all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Exactly.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, you need to send an email to Doug, with what makes sense. So
Yeah,
you
please.
gotta note somewhere.
Nice job, Mr. Murphy.
You're flinging your piano around there.
So this
She's had it.
So this is your new song with Mr. Paul?
This is the newest song that I've got the privilege of writing with Paul Williams and another really talented writer out of L.A. named James Gray. And so the first song opened the door, and then we've written several times over the years. And this song was written about this time last year, a little over a year ago, down in Taos. Paul has a house down there that had belonged to his brother, and not many people know that his brother Mentor Williams wrote the Dobie Gray hit "Drift Away."
Oh wow! Wow!
That's
Give me the
cool.
beat, boys, and free my soul. So there's an Easter egg in this song. You'll hear it. Just keep that in mind. It was written in the house that was bought with the royalties from Drift Away. And it's a beautiful house, by the way. So that song, back when, before streaming, when people actually made money from song royalties. And then the other thing about the song real quick is that I like to write about, like when I was hearing Tempting Murphy's song, right? I turned to you and it all makes sense. If you wanted to look at that, for me, where my mind went with that is that could be about turning to a person, or it could be turning to sort of the spirit of things, right? And my experience is, if you're going to write about stuff like that, you don't want to write right on the nose, right, as they say. You kind of want to come at it from an angle so that if somebody's hearing the song could be, they could think it's about a relationship with a person, or maybe it's a spiritual relationship. And so when we sat down to write this song, that was exactly the mindset we had when we went at this song. And it's a song called My Love Will Bring You Home. And of course, we have to put my not-so-secret weapon, the harmonica player, on it. Now you wonder what you might have done to take away their pain at the edges of a heartbreak that words cannot explain. When the helpless hold the hopeless, bathing in a sea of tears. When your dream is lost in moments, and it should have lasted years. When your life becomes a shadow of the life you've always known. Come to me, my love will bring you home. It's a season of insanity where hope means more than air, and the losses feel like crosses, they're impossible to bear. You've been dancing with disaster, it's begun to take its toll. When the night is raining memories that can bruise your very soul, you cry out loud, we're broken. Life has brought you to your knees. Please, come to me. Come to me, my love will bring you home. Imagine there's a window with a view into a world where we can live. Doorway to the future, and it's opened by our kindness when we forgive. To heal you must remember, I am just a thought away, healing in a heartbeat. And if in time you drift away, once again remember what in your heart you've always known. Come to me. Come to me, my love will bring you home. Come to me, my love will bring you home.
Wow.
Thanks.
So beautiful. And it's just, wow.
Yeah, we sneak when I move out of pure folky mode, and I throw major sevenths and nines, and we call them putting city chords in your song. You're putting some city chords, and that song's got a few city chords in it.
Your voice is so soothing and matched with the tempo of that song. It's just again a powerful combination. It's just engrossed and just listening, hanging on every word. So it's really so well done.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just a privilege to. Paul's, he's not only the president of ASCAP, but he's won the Johnny Mercer Award. He's in the Songwriter Hall of Fame. So getting to write with somebody like that, it's like always, it's a master class. Just sitting around working with people like that, it's a real gift. And he's a sweet man. So. We put a little Paul in your show today there, JP.
I much appreciate that. One of these days we'll have to ask him to drop by just to say hi.
We'll get him back by. We got him one time. I think we can get him. Yeah,
I think so too. We have to ask though. He won't randomly drop by. He's so busy. Actually, what if we were to conspire and try to play the Paul Williams songbook? You think he'd come by?
Well, yes, I think we could probably, look, flattery will get you everywhere. Okay.
And maybe we'll put out a call for singers to sing the Paul Williams songbook.
Paul Williams songbook, yeah. We got Harry. We might as well get Paul. That's
right,
it.
And
isn't that two of the four Beatles or something like that?
There you go. Well, sort of. At least one of them. Never know. My goodness. Well, that was beautiful. Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And the harmonicas, again, wonderful.
She was awesome.
Thank you.
I like the fact that hope is more important than air, because that about sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, hope means in there.
And really, Wes, I kind of think of you as God now after that song. It's very godlike. And I can see why Victoria, I always wonder why she stuck around. Now I get it.
Yeah. It's actually just the major seventh chord, man. It's
is that what it is?
That's the sexy chord. See, that's the trick. That's what it is. So.
I got you. I'm gonna have to learn that.
Okay.
Your pinky got to go somewhere weird.
Yeah, not too much. Depends
All
on
right.
your tuning. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is kind of a fun country song. You know, I was a staff writer in Nashville for years, and one thing about that, if nothing else, you have all these connections, and over a 30-year period, you have guys that you came up with that are like really successful now, and producers, publishers, managers. Most of my friends are broke songwriters with alcohol and drug problems, but I do know a few guys, and so I still send my songs down there. And this is called "Chalk Another Up for You." And anyone who's in a relationship knows that there's this certain kind of competition that goes on. At least I hope that I'm not the only one that goes through that. Whereas, you know, I vacuumed 3 days ago. Now it's your turn to vacuum. It's like, oh man, I cooked dinner last night. It's your turn to cook tonight. So this one's called "Chalk Another Up for You." I know that I've never been nowhere near a perfect man, but I hate like hell when you call me a perfect fool. When you say I made you feel the parts of you I broke won't heal. Now you never felt the same love I felt for you. Yeah, you hand me down those ultimatums. You know damn well how much I hate them. I know you're setting me up to fail. Well, chalk another up for you. Keeping score the way you do. You're like a wall I can't get through. If you want to make me sad and blue, then chalk another up for you. When you'd put me out, it never took too long before my mind wasn't right and my direction wrong. And I'd end up with all them friends you never liked. They stayed up too late and they drank too much, and they liked to fight and they loved to fuck, and I've never been much from watching from the side. So then you'd move me out and you'd move back in with your daddy and your mama, and then you were ready to live. Me, I was ready to die. Chalk another up for you. Keeping score the way you do. You're like a wall I can't get through. If you want to make me sad and blue, then chalk another up for you. Wish you were there for my last breath. You might have could have stopped my death, but I guess there's no sense dwelling on that now. 'Cause the page has turned and my number come up. No one's life is long enough. Well, you couldn't live with me. Let's see how you do without. And as they lower me down into this hole, I'm hoping God forgives my soul, and I'm praying somehow your heart hears me shout. Chalk another up for you. Keep it score the way you do. like a wall I can't get through. If you want to turn me sad and blue, then chalk another up for you. You're like a wall I can't get through, 'cause I'm sad and dead and blue. So chalk another up for you.
Whoa.
That was great.
My wife loves that song. That's her personal favorite.
Wow.
You know what I love about that song, among so many things, it's the raspy quality of your voice. I think actually fits the song really well. It's like you're expressing, you've been around the block a little bit, and it kind of sounds authentic, and it's a great combo for that song with your voice.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Rocky.
Yeah, it sounds great. And you can't, I was thinking as you were playing that, man, if you took away the topic of romance and you took away dysfunctional relationships, there'd probably only be 4 songs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
How true.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Doug. It was cool.
Thanks. Thanks,
I
guys.
was going to say the same thing about your voice, Doug. It just sounds like the musical voice of experience.
Yeah.
And that you've done it all, you've seen it all, and you're sharing your memories with us. And I think it's awesome.
Well, thank you.
Maybe not all the stories.
So I'm
turn,
up
is it
next, I
Rocky?
guess.
Yes, Rocky.
Okay. All right, thank you. So this next song is, with so many of my songs, I try to write things that are meaningful and poignant, and then there's a song like this, which is just it's just a fun little ditty, not about Jack and Diane, but just I came up with it.
Yeah.
It's not too serious. I guess it has a little country flavor, and it's just called "The Little Things." Kind of a playful song.
Life is made up of so many little things, so many ways to show how you care. Like when you reach out for her hand, listen to her favorite band, or complimenting her on her hair. It's the little things that mean a lot when you look back at what you got. It's not what you buy, it's what you give, and how you try and how you do. Love might seem just like a big imaginary deal, but it's a million little things that make it real. It's putting that ball game on hold so you can hear her stories told. It's changing the seat back for her ride and holding that door open wide. So when you have her tie your ties and when you let her eat your fries and snuggling close by her side. Oh yeah, it's the little things that mean a lot when you look back at what you got. It's not what you buy, it's what you give and how you try and how you do. Well, love might seem just like a big imaginary deal, but it's a million little things that make it real. So many ways to show that you just might not even know. So many opportunities. A little here, a little there to show how just much you care. All the little million things like these. Things that mean a lot when you look back at what you got. It's not what you buy, it's what you give and how you try and how you live. Love might seem just like a big imaginary deal, but it's a million little things that make it real. It's many million, bunch of billion, ton of trillion, quite quadrillion, million little things that make it real.
Short one.
Great.
Wow.
That was wonderful.
That was very nice. Really nice.
I was trying to find a song where I could fit the word quadrillion in. So
Quadrillion, yes. I love that.
Go. It's a good Scrabble word.
You know, Rocky, I had a guy when I was starting out years ago in Austin. And he goes, you know, remember that before the music business was like, you know, a TV competition show and all this stuff that the music business turned into, people used to just sit around on their front porch with guitars and entertain each other, you know? And that was music. And when I hear something so authentic and such a beautiful little heartfelt story with that finger pick thing you did, it just reminds me of like a beautiful summer night sitting on a front porch. Somebody's 5 foot away, playing the guitar, singing a song like that, and it just makes your heart feel peaceful. It's really beautiful. Thanks for playing.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I love that.
Yeah, I love that too.
That's so nice.
Nice song. Nice comment.
Thank you.
All good.
Okay, I guess it's my turn now.
Yes.
It's my double turn, right?
Yeah. We're gonna do twice around. I went into the producer studio to see if Lauren or Harry wanted to host the second half of the show, but I got pushed back, so I'm here for the whole time around. So so Murph, you have it twice. You have the song number 2, and then you're gonna start the counter circle of song number 3. Yeah, you got 2 in a row.
So the fact that you have to host the second half of the show, is that kind of a punishment?
No. I just Laura. I wanted to acknowledge the fact that when I haven't been able to be here, Lauren and Harry have done an amazing job in picking up the slack, and I feel bad that they're sitting around just watching. And I thought maybe, hey, they want to kick in and participate, and I wasn't convincing enough. So I'm very happy to be here the whole time and not share anything. I just wanted to acknowledge their presence and how much. I had no idea that Lauren is wonderful, such a wonderful host, and I know Harry is too. And so I wanted to show gratitude to both of them, but they pushed me away. So I am back here doing what I love. So enough of that. Back to you.
Okay. I think it was Wes earlier who said something about if you take away all the love songs and all the heartbreak songs, there's 4 songs left. This is kind of a heartbreak song, so it kind of fits that. My next song, the one after this, breaks the mold a little bit, I think. But this one is kind of, and I thank goodness, like some of you know that I've just celebrated my 50th wedding anniversary with my wife, and the first song was "Thank You" was obviously about that relationship. This one is not. I want to put a disclaimer at the beginning, but you remember your youth and you remember moments like this. And as any songwriter and thinking of Doug's experienced voice and everything, you pull onto something back from maybe when you were 16 or something. You still lived it, and you can still put it into song, and that's what
you're just trying to make it to 51. We know.
Right. I'm past 2.5 life sentences, so here we go. This is it's called "And You Had the Answer," and it's kind of like the narrator or the songwriter is you had the chance, you just didn't act on it, and it was one of those could have been, should have been, maybe shouldn't have been things. But "And You Had the Answer" goes like this. And you had the answer right there in your hand. And you had the answer. Na 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 na. You didn't understand. No, no, no. Didn't mean much to you. Didn't mean much at all. Didn't mean much to you. Oh, na 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 na. would not go where your heart said no. Get over and over and over it. Couldn't solve the mystery. You never really tried. You couldn't solve the mystery. Oh, na 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 na, na 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 na. I think I know why. Not much flow to the status quo, and you still won't rock the ship. You would not go where your heart said no. Get over and over and over it. You're not one for changes. Cast a wider net. You're not one for changes. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. When you give just what you get. Not much flows to the status quo, and you still won't rock the ship. You would not go where your heart said no. Get over and over and over it. And you had the answer right there in your hand. And you had the answer. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. You wouldn't understand. No 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 no. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. You didn't understand. No no no.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I've got two quick comments. One, I love that chord progression. It's got some funky chords there. I'm not even sure what they are, but it just it's a cool progression downward. And then your use of dynamics in that song, you know, it's just, it gives the song such great texture. So it's really engaging. Just, you know, with the variety in that song that you had.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm
totally, I
repeating
agree.
over your comments. I apologize for that. Yeah, I really enjoy when I play that song with another vocalist. The harmonies on that climb down are just, it's like, you know, every once in a while the Beatles would do that close harmony, and I have a musician, his name is Sean Laurie, and I believe he's going to be playing here one time.
Yes, he will. Thank you for referring him.
And oh, you're welcome. Oh, you'll love him. Anyway, we sometimes play as a duo kind of thing, and although we're both separate songwriters, we back each other up. And we've co-written a few songs as well. But when he sings the harmony on that, it just I missed it there because obviously he's not behind me right now. But okay, I'm gonna do something to start off the second half, I guess. It's a little bit different. We talked about singing with higher in our voice registers earlier. I think that came up, and it definitely comes up on this song. And this is kind of falling between the cracks of those love songs versus the breakup songs. The other category might be the contemplation of life songs, which as I get older, I seem to write more and more about. Maybe because there's less to go around, but this is called If Truth Be Told. Oh, I didn't know where I was headed. never gets old, the truth be told. Gotta stand firm, obey my conscience. A spider for this fight, as the old song says. An eagle on the wing, gently soaring. If truth be told, it never gets old. If truth be told, it is elusive, hidden by facts. What is conclusive won't let you relax. Honestly talking at the top of your lungs. Dead man walking, not speaking in tongues. Not entirely sure of my destinations. Walk a two run, show enough patience. Make the right choice at every crossroad. If truth be told, it never gets old. Truth be told, never gets old. Truth be told.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Boy, that rising melody on the "It Never Gets Old" line is really beautiful. It really makes that soar. That's really nice writing.
Thank you very much. Thank
It's
you.
absolutely wow. That's so beautiful.
Again, you're picking. I just love it, and not a exact similarity, but somehow the song "Kansas Dust in the Wind" popped into my mind as one of those early, just a beautiful acoustic kind of based songs. So it was just it's just a joy to hear.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Dustin.
I love that cool chord change. You're the master at cool chord changes. I need to write with you because my 145 gets a little tiresome.
Oh, anytime, Doug. Anytime. I'd love to.
You got some really nice chord changes. I like that.
Thank you. I drive. I mentioned Sean before, and I drive him crazy because the four songs I'm doing today, all four are different tunings, and
Wow.
he's like three chords of the truth all the time.
Yeah.
Everything's very very simple for me to play with him, but he has a little. He can always find because I do a lot of suspended sevenths and all those kind of weird things, but there's always a root chord in there that the accompanist can just play that, and it actually sounds really nice together. So
Yeah.
you find a way. You find a way.
Yeah. Well, you know what you're doing, man.
Oh, thank you, Doug.
That was so nice.
All right, I think back to me.
Back to you.
All right, so I'm switching to piano for my final two songs, and this next one is the only one of the four that's actually been released. It's out there on Spotify. It was one of my earlier songs, and it's I know I come across as this cool, calm dude, but I'm actually a type A personality and type B clothing. So I'm always worried about, oh my goodness, what if this happens or this or that. And so this is another song I wrote. So many songs I write as reminders to myself, kind of a self-therapy, just to make sure as I go down the road of life to take a step back every now and then and you know, smell those proverbial roses along the way.
Or
So,
self-medicate. That always helps too.
Yeah.
Thanks,
That'll
Wes.
be my other version that I'll play. And but this one's a kind of a G-rated version, and it's called One Step Back on piano. Hopefully my settings are good.
Have you ever noticed how the wind whistles through the trees? Or how the rain reflects the morning colors? Can you sometimes taste the ocean air as you head down to the sea? Do you feel the shade as the clouds begin to cover? You can't have eyes wide open. You can't have all and still not know. For every 2 steps forward, take 1 step back and stare. Taking all the beauty life can show. He paid the bills and she fed the kids. They never made time for each other. And drifted apart with lonely hearts inside. Focused on a single goal, getting through each day. And all they needed were the arms open wide. You can't have eyes wide open. You can't have it all and still not know. For every 2 steps forward, take 1 step back and stare. Taking all the beauty life can show. Yeah. Do you recall the way she looked at you and smiled? Do you remember how it felt to have her touch? It's all around until we found rediscovery. It really doesn't take very much to just have your eyes wide open and to understand that lead as you go. For every 2 steps forward, take 1 step back and stare. Taking all beauty life can show.
Yeah.
Very nice. Taking all the beauty life can show. What a beautiful way to end that.
Sweet.
Really beautiful.
Wow.
Great melody. Really strong melody.
Wow. Felt so nice.
All right. Gonna do a girl song here. I've been on a tear lately, writing female songs from the female perspective, and this is about a mom with 2 young boys who's trying to get on with life without her husband that split. And I wrote it with a girl, and it's really funny when the girl sings it. People get that the guy split, but when I sing it from a male perspective, same lyric, they think the woman died, which is kind of tells you where we're at, you know. But it's called "This Is the Life." Our number one son gets up so early in the morning, wakes number two, and they both start yelling. They come running all wild-eyed, jump into bed with me. And I got two tired eyes that just won't open. Another 10 minutes was all I was hoping. But it's a peaceful surrender, and I'm smiling at what I see. This is the life of a mother. This is the life of a survivor. Yeah, times get tough and the road gets rough, but this is the life. Sometimes I feel my wheels are spinning. There's always something gets me grinning when things ain't right. Yeah, this is the life you left behind. Well, I finally finished the deck that you started. You wouldn't believe what I've done with the garden. Wasn't nearly as hard as you always swore it would be. Sometimes I wish I could just be lazy. Sometimes I feel like I must be crazy, thinking I could ever be both you and me. But this is the life of a mother. This is the life of a survivor. Yeah, times get tough and the road gets rough. This is the life. Sometimes I feel my wheels are spinning. There's always something gets me grinning when things ain't right. Yeah, this is the life you left behind. Oh, how I wish you were here to see the boys dressed up for Halloween, or hear the funny things they say, or kneel beside them when they pray. This is the life of a mother. This is the life of a survivor. Yeah, times get tough and the road gets rough, but this is my life. Sometimes I feel my wheels are spinning. There's always something gets me grinning when things ain't right. Yeah, this is the life you left behind. Yeah, things are all right. This is the life you left behind.
Oh, good.
Wow. That was
Great.
really nice. Wow.
Was that song released?
No.
Because
I don't even know what that means, released, to be honest with you.
Oh, come
like
on,
everybody's
Doug, you gotta.
releasing songs. Where do you release them? Where do you release them? My release is like some guy cuts them and they play them on the radio. That's what I think of as a release. But now my cousins are releasing songs. My neighbors are releasing songs. What does releasing mean?
putting it out there, whether it's Spotify or radio. But I totally hear that song. In fact, as I was listening to it, I'm hearing a percussion track in the back of my mind, and I think that would be great for country radio. It's got that country vibe.
Yeah, well, thank you, Rocky. I think that you should get involved in country radio and become like the president of whatever one of those big companies that plays all the songs. And I'll be honest with you, I'm counting on you.
All right, Jeff and I will pull our resources.
We'll pull our resources. You never know.
Okay.
You never do know.
Thanks, Rocky. I really do appreciate it. I'm just playing.
Doug,
Yes, ma'am.
it's really funny because as you're singing the song, when you sang that line about the little boys in their Halloween costumes,
Yeah.
that's where it sounded like she died.
Yeah.
Well,
From you singing it to me, like you said that,
from the male perspective,
right?
yes.
Because you're singing it to me, and I'm listening, and I was wondering because the other part, it sounded like she was missing out, but then that and the chorus together is like, oh my God, she died.
Yeah, but when a girl sings it,
right,
there's no doubt in anybody's mind that the guy split,
right?
Because that's what guys do.
Wow.
And when a guy's alone with 2 kids, must be the woman died.
Damn.
Oh boy, yeah.
Whoa.
Well, I think it's a compliment to the song that it works whether a male or a female sings it.
Yeah, I mean, well, thank you.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah, good, nice save, Wes.
Well, no, I mean it's true, and that I listen for gems, and that line about I've got 2 tired eyes that just won't open. That's just like such an everyday kind of thing that no matter what your life circumstances, you'd like had that moment like, ugh, like I need like forklifts to open my eyelids, and like it's just that's a brilliant little slice of like reality there. I loved that. That was great.
Yeah, you make great comments, man. You really do.
Well, it's easy when I'm sitting around listening to all these good writers, and there's these great phrases and melodies going on. It's not like I'm having to shop too hard for it. Oh, I guess we're supposed to play a song. All right.
Yes.
This song. So there's this guy named Frank L. Baum. Anybody know who that is just from the name? You know, don't you, Tempton? Yeah. Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, yeah.
He wrote the Wizard of Oz. So, I mean, this song actually has a reference to Frank L. Baum's, main character in it, in the second verse. And the next 2 songs are really, they're sort of, different angle views on the same topic, which is finding a place. And I know that Lauren can probably guess what the last song is going to be, but it's a. So anyway, this is a song. This is the first song of the 2. This is the person starting to search for the place. Here we go. I'm looking everywhere I go, searching for a sign that I'm on the right road, looking for my tribe, the place I can belong. I can't quite figure out right where I turned wrong and ended up alone. I'm just looking for a heart to call home. Now it's kind of like that girl, the one that blew away to a yellow brick road world in a technicolor play where everyone you meet, it reminds you of a face that you'd swear you know, but it's from a different place. out here on your own. Just looking for a heart to call home. A heart already full, well, it doesn't need that much. A heart that understands the gentlest of touch, the quietest of needs, the prayer beyond the words, the dreams beyond the hope, and all those fears never heard. I know that it's there, Lord, just hidden from my view. But I don't have to see to believe it's true. If I don't give up, but if I just let go, maybe then this heart of mine finally will know right where I belong. I'm living in a heart that I call home. Yes, living in a heart that I call home.
Yeah, wow.
Thank you.
Wow. So beautiful.
Great line. Living in a heart I call home. I like that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's one of those lines where all songwriters go, damn, I wish I would have thought of that. That's such a great line.
I said, damn, I'm stealing that.
Well,
That's what songwriters say.
Amateurs borrow, professionals steal. That's
right. It's funny. I'm on this songwriters site or whatever on Facebook, and everybody is always worrying about getting their song stolen. That seems to be like the main concern, and I don't understand that. It's just like, yeah, let them steal it. I mean, let them steal it, and then come on the backside and get paid.
It's there's an entire genre of music with sampling that proves your theory correct.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Yep.
Wow.
Is it my turn now, or I'm really confused?
Going to back to tempting, right? One more time around.
Okay.
Although I can't hear you. You're muted. Still muted.
Got so excited I forgot to unmute. That's why Doug didn't hear me. I just think you've got a few lyrics that you've shared today that I'd love to steal. What's I going to say?
Steal them, man. Steal them. Just make it better.
Who was it that wrote "Steal This Book"? Was that Abby Hoffman?
Abby Hoffman.
Yeah,
Abby
right.
Hoffman.
I like that. I agree with that. Like if somebody steals your idea, but then you come out later and say, well, he stole my idea, and they go, oh, you must be a genius, and nobody makes any money anymore, or very few.
That's true. Yeah, you don't make any money.
Whatever, Beyonce. But anyway, the other thing, I had something else incredibly wonderful to say. Probably not. I guess it's gone. Oh well, welcome to my time of life. were talking about love songs earlier, and for my last song, and before I forget, and I often do, again, to the Pulvers, you've helped keep my musical sanity afloat, and your support and encouragement and whatnot, and all the songwriters that have had a real rare opportunity to play with. I mean, where else would we get to play with people from San Francisco and Ireland and all over the States? And, it's such a great thing, and I always thought it would continue after the pandemic is over. I just had to cancel a trip with my grandchildren because the other grandmother came down with COVID. So it's still out there. But anyway, enough of that. This is about another love song, but it's about, and I don't know how many of us on screen are parents, but this is definitely a parent song. It's called Marvelous Child, and it is definitely about my number 2 child, who's a child no longer. But when I wrote this song, she was just turning 17, and as a father, I was kind of going, OMG, or whatever I use, expletive. It's all, the childhood thing it's almost over, and she's launching into the world, and that's a scary thing for all of us. I mean, we all had to do it, and I've just rediscovered the song, and I've kind of fallen in love with it again. I hope you like it. It's called Marvelous Child, and it's for my daughter, Marin. There once was a marvelous child, oh so confident and wild. That was a long time ago, you know it. Funny what the world does to you, the kind of trials you get put through, and it seems like they happen, every day. I know you, and I know it's true. I know that you're still the same. Ain't it funny, you know how it goes, how it seems that everybody knows, and you can't seem to do a damn thing about it. Well, the devil may care, attitude and grace, flying straight from place to place. Time changes it all, don't doubt it. But I know you, and I know it's true. I know that you're still the same. Ain't it funny? Ain't it strange? For our personality can range. Changes come and changes go. Your head spins constantly, but how will I ever let you go? Oh, marvelous child. What's gone is gone, or so they say. Why can't it be a different way? And don't leave a childhood behind like a train leaving a station. I know you, and I know it's true. I know that you're still the same. I know you, and
Wow, so nice.
It felt like you were channeling a little Richie Havens there, and that is a huge compliment, man. And I could even hear like Richie Havens' voice singing that marvelous child hook. I mean, it's like it was right there. It's very cool. Thank you.
Thank you for that comment. I'll take that one and bank it in my memories. Thank you.
That was good.
He was amazing musician.
Yeah.
Has your daughter heard that song? And if so, what was her reaction?
Yes, and she remembered it from when she was 17, and she can't avoid it because I'm playing it a lot now, and she loves it. She absolutely loves it, and you know she's had it as an adult. She's had her struggles, as do we all, but you know it points to a time when you know the innocence reigned, and you know it's still a lifetime ahead of her pretty well, and there was a father kind of biting his fingernails to the quick, worrying about launching the good ship. And seeing how she sails, and I love her to bits, and she still makes me proud every day.
That's fantastic.
Very nice.
Wonderful,
Beautiful.
man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, I think I'm up next. So this is my last song. Again, just echoing what was said before. Thank you to Jeff, Lauren, and Harry. It's always a joy, always a pleasure, and just all you do for the artist community. Just truly appreciate it. Very quick backstory. Years ago, my parents, my mom and dad, went to a restaurant, and they sat next to a table of servicemen and women. And my dad, being my dad, he paid for their meal, which was awesome. But the best part of the story was that he specifically asked not to be identified. And when asked later, you know, how come we didn't want them to reveal who paid, he said something to the effect of, you know, it's not about me. This restaurant is packed, and I want those really brave servicemen and women to feel that the love and support could have come from any one of us in that restaurant that day.
Beautiful.
And I just thought, that is the coolest thing I've ever heard. So
That's beautiful.
With that, I wrote this song, and really the message of the song is, you know, sometimes the loudest words are those left unspoken. And that's the name of this song. It's called Unspoken. Every day a woman passes by the home of her elderly neighbor. She brings a paper to that doorstep as an act of loving neighbor. Oh, but she doesn't call attention. She just goes about her way. Loudest words are sometimes those unspoken. Oh, yeah. Two soldiers in uniform are eating lunch next to a man's table. That man is the waitress there. Let me pay for your meal if I'm able. Oh, but please don't tell them that it's for me, for the light should shine down on them. The loudest words are sometimes those unspoken. Oh, yeah. They set examples and not comments. They've got more to say. With our mouths, but from our hands, and actions along the way. Believe more in what you see, not in what you hear. For acts of kindness are ways to heal what's broken. A
man sitting on the bus when in walks a woman looking sad and shaken. So he stands up and gestures her to have a seat since the rest are taken. Oh, constant care, smiles were shared, nothing even said. Loudest words are sometimes those unspoken. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. Beautiful sentiment. Great way to preserve that memory. Thank you.
Beautiful song, man. Thank you. There was a American poet a long time ago named Wordsworth, and he had this. Your song just totally brought this to my brain. He had a statement. He goes, "You know, I cannot hear what you're saying because what you're doing is shouting so loudly." And
There you go.
And so your song just nails that, man. It's just like it's all about the action, you know, not the words.
Yeah, I love that quote.
Yeah, it's a great quote.
Yeah, it sounded great too, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Doug.
All right.
Doug.
Well, I'm going to play a song that is the barometer for everything that I write. This is the best song I have ever written. And Bobby Knight was the inspiration. I was watching ESPN sports one day, and Bobby was mad at somebody, and he was having a press conference, and he said he was mad at the media because that's what those right-wing people do. They blame the media for everything. And so Bobby was, he said, you know, when I die, I want to be buried face down so all you people in this room can kiss my ass. And great Bobby quote, you know. And so, of course, I started thinking about being buried face down. And I thought, man, if you were on your way to hell, you could see where you were going. So I spent 10 years trying to make it like it was in that Toby Keith era of Nashville country music where, you know, he was putting a boot up somebody's rear end or something. And so I was trying to make it like a party song. And I'm telling you, this song actually took me 13 years before I wrote it the right way. This was like my fourth version. And the way it happened, I was listening to NPR one day in the car, and they had a chaplain from the Texas State prison system, and he was a pro death penalty guy. And he said, prior to taking this job, I was all in on the death penalty. He said, and I took this job, and of course, when you get to know somebody, you understand better. And he said, and there's this one young man, and I think young was relative because he was pretty old himself. And he said, this one young man was going to be put to death that night at midnight. And he had been trying to get in touch with his estranged mom for a long, long time because he wanted to see her one more time. And she kind of just blew him off. Well, she ended up showing up that night. And so I said, man, there's my song. So it's called Where I'm Going. Well, I could tell your heart is tore up, but I can't thank you enough for having the strength to show up here tonight. Yeah, they fed me a real fine dinner, made me forget for a minute that all I am is a sinner at a time. I'm the reason for your lifetime of tears, and I ain't worth even one. There's just one last thing I need, Mama. When this night is done, could you bury me underneath the big pine tree at the bottom of our hill, where everything is still like it was when I was a kid, peaceful and innocent, till I done the things I did and chose the wicked life I've lived. And when I'm dead and gone, don't bother with a stone, 'cause I don't want even a trace of me left showing. Just bury me face down so I can see where I'm going. Poured my heart out to the chaplain, done my best to let the Lord in. Hope my cold heart doesn't scare him away. They say it only takes 10 minutes once they fill your veins up with it, till the burning quits and it all fades away. And I know you know I'm scared right to death, you're the only one I never could fool. And I hate like hell to ask you this, Mama, but when this night is through, could you bury me underneath the big pine tree at the bottom of our hill, where everything is still like it was when I was a kid, peaceful and innocent, till I done the things I did and chose the wicked life I've lived. And when I'm dead and gone, don't bother with a stone, 'cause I don't want even a trace of me left showing. Just bury me face down so I can see where I'm going. Promise me you'll bury me face down so I can see where I'm going.
Doug, I'm sorry. I've been very genteel with my language, but that was not brilliant. That was fucking brilliant. That is just great.
Yeah.
When you come visit, like you said you were going to do, yes, when you move in, we are going to sit in the room I'm in, and we're going to record that song and do one of them releasing thingies that
Great.
we were talking about earlier. Let's just
all right, fantastic. And I think we should write since I'm there. We might as well write. Wes.
Well, exactly.
All right, by the way, Wes, I checked it out, and Paul Williams' birthday is September 19th.
Yes.
So we have I figure either the end of August, beginning of September, we'll dedicate a show to Paul Williams.
Okay, got to
get. He can join in. He would like that. Huh? No pressure on Paul to find time on a Thursday, but we'll create this show, and if he can join us, that would be absolutely terrific. But we know that he will hear us.
We know that he will hear us, and I have a feeling I can help, grease that one a little bit.
Okay.
I'd be happy to do that. So
great.
That's a great idea. Well,
Hey, Jeff,
okay.
just real quick. I tried to give you a standing ovation, but I'm kind of backed up here against the couch. I'm gonna pull back. But it's
Thank
pretty
you,
rare that there's a song that has me hanging on every word, but the lyrics, I mean, kudos to you for persevering and doing, I think it was your fourth take or multiple takes. I mean, it was well worth it. You got it. And that is just one
Thanks,
of those
man.
songs. I mean, I loved all your material, but that was by far my favorite song. And I think for what it's worth, Head and Shoulders the most marketable song. I mean, I can see that. I can hear that being played.
Thank you, Rocky. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's like a bummer Merle is not still alive because he did Mama Tried. He needed to follow up Mama Tried with that song.
Oh, great idea.
A little hard to pull off now, but
Right. Yeah.
Well, is his son playing still?
I don't know.
Yeah, he is. Noel.
Well, there we go.
Noel and Ben. Yeah. It's a good idea. Good pitch.
Hey, ever the business guy. You got to think about that sometime, but not too much.
You're
All right, this song. So it's hard to believe. Well, it's not hard to believe, but it's not something I want to believe. But a week from this Saturday, I think, will be 60 days since a group of us gathered to celebrate Mr. Harry Chapin out in Boston. And it's 60 days, man. It feels like no time, and then it feels like forever at the same time.
Right, exactly.
But one of the things about that, coming away from that experience, in addition to really enjoying the music, getting to play some of those great songs, was in the song I played before, the person's out trying to find their tribe. They're looking for community, and there was such a community in the gathering of people that came together to do all that. You just you couldn't help but be swept up and feel a part of it, and it was just a very it was like getting a healing you didn't know you needed, and it was just beautiful. And so I was thinking about community, as I do, and I wrote this song. I wrote the lyrics on the airplane flying back from Boston. And then I kind of sat around with them and worked on some chord progressions. And the song is called There Is a Place. And with a tip of the hat here towards Mr. Pulver and Jeff's place.
Thank you.
I would not ever be so arrogant as to say it's like a theme song. It's not. It's just deeply influenced by the community. And before we go, of course, I want to thank Victoria for playing harmonica with me, and I want to thank all the other songwriters for sharing such great songs and comments and insights and bringing your heart to the day. And then of course Jeff and Lauren and Harry, you guys, well, without you this song that I'm about to play doesn't happen. So here it is.
Thank you.
There was a place, everything broken got put in a circle, healed over time. Would you have the courage to go on that journey if there was a place like this you could find? There is a place. There is a place. There was a place, dreams could be mended, hearts could be tended, hope would be grown. Would you face the fear of your future, to go find a place like this to call home? There is a place. There is a place. It's not on a map that's been printed on paper, nowhere in a book you can read. It's in your heart and you'll find its reflection there in the eyes of the ones who believe. There is a place in you. There is a place for you. There is a place for us. There is a place. There is a place, everything broken gets put in a circle, healed over time. Faith is the fair, love is the journey to get to that place. It's yours and it's mine. There is a place. 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 Everything broken gets put in a circle, healed over time.
Oh,
That's
wow.
beautiful.
So beautiful.
Wonderful song, man.
So
Great
heartfelt.
song.
Thank you.
I love when you were both singing. I was looking down. I was kind of into the song, and I thought you had turned up the reverb because your vocals match so perfectly. It just it was a great effect.
We've been doing this a long time.
We're a few years behind Tempting, but we've celebrated 45 years together recently.
Wow.
Congratulations. Wow.
Yeah,
My
so
goodness. Wow.
we joke we've lasted far longer than most third world governments, you know.
Fair enough. My goodness. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your heart, your voice, your magic. And Laura and Harry, thank you. To everyone who's here in the audience and those watching on demand, this is a great, absolutely great show. And grateful to each and every one of you for helping to make this happen. It is does not come easy, but I appreciate your dedication for being here, being open to sharing your vulnerability, and for everyone just to listen to each other and to give ourselves a chance to be heard. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for this show. And Harry, Lauren, thank you for you guys. And we'll do this again. And by the way, we'll bring Boston back, another city. We don't have to wait forever. We'll make it happen too.
That's right.
But first up, we'll focus on Paul, and we'll honor Paul Williams, and we'll look for artists who want to sing a song, help participate in singing his songbook. So he has lots of songs out there. So it should be easy.
Yeah.
And quite a broad selection.
Wes, you have first dibs on the song you want to do.
Okay, thank you.
But it can't be any song that you sang with him. It has to be something that
No, it's one of his songs he wrote. Yeah, it won't be a co-write or something. No, we got to do it the right way.
Figure it out. It'll be absolute fun. So thank you guys. Have a great summer, and much love and light to everyone. And thank you for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the joy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I got to say that.
Recording stopped.